Hey everybody, it is Nikki with Delicate Tension Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of Capricorn placements in your chart or interesting transits happening that are affecting the areas of your chart that are in Capricorn. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. Not everything is going to resonate. Take what fits. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. These readings are simply for confirmation of what you're already feeling and not to tell you anything new, unless every part of the story is in alignment, and then that can open up to further clarity into what you're dealing with. Also, if you need a reading based on your personal experience, you can always email me at delicatetensiontarot@gmail.com. That is down in the description box below. This will be for the energy surrounding December 15th through December 31st. We do have a Capricorn eclipse happening on the 26th, the day after Christmas, which is going to be quite impactful, especially since we're getting towards the tail end of the Capricorn Cancer eclipses. So should be an interesting day. It's probably, this whole year has been interesting. I feel like the past 3 years have been interesting in terms of just kind of everything that's been happening astrologically has really presented some challenging things, really challenging things, a lot of changes, a lot of purging, a lot of transitions. It's been, it definitely feels like a period of growing up in a really big way. So yeah, we also had the full moon in Gemini on the 12th of this month as well. Very impactful full moon. I really do feel like this clump of a month is just going to be quite intense with things that are going to be happening. I think it's going to be very unexpected. I think that there's just, we really are kind of going out with a bang at the end of this year. So stay vigilant, keep it cool. Don't freak out, and always bring a towel. So yeah, let me see what is going on for you guys. I'm kind of seeing this this tree. It's like a massive oak tree, but it's almost as if I was watching it just grow, and it was getting stronger and stronger and larger, and I don't want to say kind of like overwhelming to look at, but it's just nature can be quite powerful at times with how it represents itself, and that's how this feels when I'm looking at this tree. So it's quite possible that you are either in a period or have been in a period of really growing in major ways. I think you're also becoming much stronger, and I think you are learning to rely on yourself more to create that strength. Obviously trees rely on things like sunlight and water, and it needs earth to grow, right? So I think really you've just been honing in on what helps you grow and keeping that in your life, and whatever weeds could infect you or keep you from doing that, you've definitely eradicated those things from your life or are currently trying to. So with that being said, let me go ahead and start shuffling the cards. Show me what's happening for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for December 15th through the 31st, please. Okay. Do that. All right, it's quite possible that around this time period, the energy that's being reflected is one of having to work with others. I think you've been pretty bored. I mean, I do think a lot of changes have happened in your life, but I just don't think you've been really satisfied with what it is that has either been attempting to come towards you. It's like you can't see the forest for the trees, quite literally. A lot of tree analogies are probably going to be used in this reading, so trees might be important in whatever way. Maybe you need to go out and just be in nature, and get grounded and really kind of switch your perspective. Because there's something here where you actually aren't seeing all of the good that is in your life. Or you're not appreciating it. Because it almost feels like there's this need of wanting more. You want more. You feel like you need to be given more. But the crazy thing is that you're being represented as the Empress here. So to me, it's almost as if you already have everything you need. You have all of the tools. Whatever it is that you're wanting to create, you've got it. You can make it happen. But what are you doing? I mean, being in a stagnant energy or an energy of discontent isn't going to serve you. And you're not going to be able to grow anything from that. But it feels like with the Five of Cups next to that, there could be a sense of loss. Maybe you could have lost an important female in your life, which has kind of, tested your strength or your source of resilience in a way, because you might have relied on this person quite a bit. Or at least it was just a strong enough connection to where they did provide some form of a nurturing context to you, or you did that to them. Now, there is something here that you are wanting to be given to you. I think that there is a new start kind of waiting in the wings. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune here. The Queen of Swords, and let's clarify the Four of Cups and the Star. I feel like I always have to be, I don't want to say the bearer of bad news with you guys, but I feel like I have to kind of walk on eggshells when it comes to telling it like it is with what I see, with what's coming up for you guys. I am a huge fan of having dreams, of having aspirations, of having these kind of like high strangeness ideas or notions within my life. I value it. I think it's wonderful. I think that you can achieve anything that you dream of, but it's almost like you're not seeing how what is around you or what is coming towards you at this time could help you fulfill these dreams. It's almost like you're trying to hold out for this one specific thing that you've been wishing for, but you're not seeing that there's so many things around you that could help you get to that point or that place, or take you in a direction that will eventually get you there. You're coming off as very cold and stern right now. I think you're being very direct with people in your environment. I think that you really are kind of either asking other people around you or asking life to put its money where its mouth is, so to speak. I think you are ready for some form of recognition. I think you're ready for the payout. I think you're ready for getting what it is that you feel like you deserve, and you're very clear about that. You are definitely okay with communicating that. Let's clarify the Empress. We have the Tower in reverse. So yeah, there might have been a significant relationship that either has fallen out of your life, or there could be issues around that relationship. Now, if it is someone who has attempted to come back into your life that has caused you some trouble, I think you're kind of standing strong and defending your position, because it's almost as if with this person, it's quite possible that if the relationship would have continued, that they could have knocked you off your game. Because when the Tower's in reverse, it can be about a spiritual transformation. There could be a lot of things going on internally with you that are major, that are shaking things up with your own personal belief system or your perception or the way that you view the world. But sometimes too, when the Tower's in reverse, it's all about impending. It's impending energy. It's energy that hasn't happened yet, but it's on the verge, or it's on the brink of happening. So, it's quite possible that there might be this pressure building, or there was this pressure that was building between you and someone else in the past. You might have cut it off before it got really bad, and now this person might be coming back with their own grievances, quite possibly maybe even saying that you were right about something, or saying that you always had their back, or saying that you always had their best interest at heart, and you're just in this place of protecting yourself. And I think rightfully so. Like I said, I think you're kind of just fed up with everything that's been going on. Although it has been making you stronger, and it actually has been helping you grow quite a bit in a way that I don't think you're necessarily perceptive of. I think this year has pissed you off. I think there have just been things that have happened in this year that have really pissed you off. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so you've got some good news coming your way, okay? You have positive things coming your way. I do think that there could be a significant partnership, or what was a significant partnership that you were hoping to get more out of that you did not. And if that is not the case, it's quite possible that you're having to put emotions aside in order to deal with something in a very practical and logical way in order to balance it out. It's almost as if you can't put emotions into the equation, because if you were to put emotions into the equation, it would throw everything out of balance. Now with the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands, it is quite possible that there's a new opportunity coming into your life involving the home front, or it is some news regarding a form of a celebration or an invitation coming towards you about a celebration that is going to be very positive for you. I think there's going to be a lot of great energy. I think if you can hold out and continue maintaining your position and your strength, while changing your perspective and being open to receiving what it is that it is around you, I think that the end of this month can turn out quite well for you. I think that you can be stepping into a year, or you'll be stepping into next year with a lot more than what you had this entire past year. I think there's really great things coming towards you. I think that you really are kind of going to be having some cycles of completion here too, surrounding whether it's that promotion you've been waiting for, whether it's that new business opportunity. I think you're moving into the new year actually being able to achieve that, or getting the information that you need in order to make those moves or those changes. Whatever it is about a significant amount of stability being injected into the home front. Now this quite possibly could also be a proposal. I don't like saying stuff like that. I don't like talking about stuff like that, and I feel like it's going to be for a very specific few of you. This does look like it could quite possibly be a proposal in some way, shape, or form. It definitely is going to be something that is binding, so think about that as well. If you are signing contracts, if you are looking at paperwork, if you are buying a home, if you are relocating, I would definitely look at the details, because the devil is always in the details. I would look at all those details and make sure that you're making the best decision. And if things do need to be negotiated via the Page of Wands, do your negotiations sooner than later. Either way, you are moving forward. And I think you're moving forward in a way that you never have before, because I think now with this forward movement, you're really learning to trust in yourself. Trust in what you know, trust in what you feel. And I think that's very important for you. I think trusting in that is very important for you. I think it's a new skill set that you're obtaining. Let's clarify the Star and the Four of Cups here, please. Yeah, you've just been waiting around. You've been waiting for amazing things to happen instead of making them happen. And I think in the process, you've kind of been going through this whole thing where, I don't want to say you've been lying to yourself, but it's almost like telling yourself false things, or things that are not true, or things that could never be true. It's almost like you're sitting there convincing yourself that you'll never have this, or that this will never come, or that it's never going to happen. Look, you can be given an opportunity, but the only way that that opportunity is going to grow is if you bring something to it. You have to do something with that opportunity. You have to say yes to it. You have to invest in it. You have to make it grow. You have to nurture it to its full potential. That's how you make things happen. I mean, yes, there are people in life that are just purely lucky. There are people who, you know, get to live off of trust funds their entire life. There are people who, you know, win the lottery. But it's the backstories of those people, or it's the things that we don't know about them that make all the difference. I think it's really easy to sit there and kind of hate on someone else's success, but you have no idea what they've done to get there. And a lot of people think it's easy, and I don't think it's as easy as it looks, ever. I don't think it's ever as easy as it looks, and I don't think it's ever as simple as it looks. Life is very complex. We are actually quite complex and simple all at the same time. But either way, I think you're getting your justice. I think that there's justice happening in this situation for you. So if you're concerned or worried about something, I don't think you should be. But I do think that you need to be a little more grateful to the things that are around you who have been supporting you through this process. And quite possibly the things that you've turned down that could have been very great for you. I think you need to kind of focus and redirect the way that you're viewing your life right now. I think you need to be looking through the eyes of gratitude. And I'm not sitting here trying to say that you guys are a bunch of assholes, but I just feel like with what your experience has been, it has trained you to not expect the best and to not expect good things out of people. And I think with what is around you right now, I think that there is genuinely this extension of either another person or life or the universe or karma, whatever it is. There's something that's been attempting to come in to help you out, and you've just been rejecting it. So I would really stop doing that, because I think that these things are trying to help the Wheel of Fortune or cycles of change help you get to your destination point. Start trusting your inner wisdom and guidance. You really need to be doing that, because that's the thing that's going to help you move forward. If someone comes towards you and it feels right, but for whatever reason you want to reject it, take it. If it feels right, take it. You might also need to be doing some internal work in terms of kind of opening up your heart and taking down your defenses, because I think the defenses that are in place right now, people can't even get close enough to you. Or these things are being kind of like blocked out. It can't even get close enough to you. So I would definitely try to work on shifting that energy and shifting that perspective so you can get these amazing things that have just kind of been hovering and waiting. Let's see what the final message is. Ooh. Final messages are a lot. So we have the Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords in reverse, the Hermit, Temperance in reverse, and the World. Yeah, I think you need to, there's kind of something that's coming quickly towards you. I think it's been long over, or there's something where maybe you thought you nipped this thing in the bud, but I think it's coming back after some time out or some time alone. And I think it could throw you off a little bit, but I think that there is something big in your life that you need to complete. I think that there's something here that you need to gracefully kind of close the door on and say that you don't need that in your life moving forward, whether it is an idea, whether it's a way that you perceive things around you, whether it's people, whether it's just the way that you operate on a daily basis or whatever your routine is. There's something here that has to be cut out in order to really allow this stuff to come in. Maybe it's releasing hurtful situations or pain that have happened to you. Maybe it's releasing expectations. Maybe it's releasing the need to be right. Maybe it's releasing the need to have something go in a very specific way. Whatever it is, it's going to be closed out by the end of this year. I do think you're getting something amazing, but I think when that thing comes towards you, you need to have gratitude, and you need to continue that perspective of having gratitude towards every little thing that comes towards you after that. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop, Capricorn. Thank you for joining me. That has been your reading for December 15th through the 31st. Once again, if you are interested in a personal reading tailored to your specific situation, you can contact me at delicatetensiontarot@gmail.com. That is down in the description box below. Or for daily kind of tarot scopes and card pulls, you can follow me on my Instagram at delicatetension, also down in the description box below. If you would like to make a donation to help keep this channel going, that is also down below. There is a link provided. As always, thank you for joining me. You guys have always given me some of the most views, as well as I think Cancer and sometimes Sagittarius. So I really appreciate that. And stay tuned. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year.